Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Well, we are surely once again seated on a Thursday evening, cool, calm, and collected, as we do our thing here on Showbiz Daily Live on Sammy Flex TV. My name is Sammy Flex, 3-man squad for the day. Roland Amate in his usual position, as well as in Team Dode Solomon, who is also at the extreme end, ready to rock and roll. And we have some interesting stories on board for conversations today. Special thanks to the producers of the show, Sam Tuga, as well as Buju Lens, putting the pieces together for us to do our thing. Now, just so you know, you can also be a part of the conversation. So drop your commentaries and tell the world that, yeah, man, you are part of the conversation on Sammy Flex TV. For your information, we are also being supported by Tete Kwashi at Market, where you can pick some wonderful pieces for your loved ones this Vows Day. What are you looking for? Do you want some Moses Alinko? Open this
mask.
Jam tutu.
Jam tutu.
Do you want some jam tutu? Or you want some special beads or some colorful African textiles? Yeah. You can get all these ones from Tete Kwashi Art Market. And again, if you want to go pick your babe, if you want to buy a teddy bear for your babe and you are looking for a car to go pick the teddy bear, no problem at all. Download Shaxi on your phone app right now, and trust me, as you get Shaxi go get a teddy bear and deliver for your babe for you. So you will not stress coming from Kaswa to go and buy the teddy bear. Oh my word! You have to buy the teddy bear for your wife, so so you get Shaxi to carry the teddy bear for you. You don't want small teddy bear. Big one. You want the human size kind of teddy bear. We don't want a small teddy bear like that, because that's what we know they like. But beyond everything, Ras Kuuku has given us something to muse over. And that is what I would want to treat as our first story or topic for the day. Ras Kuuku is a musician known for reggae and dancehall genres in Ghana. And in an interview on radio this morning with DJ Slim on Hits 103.9 FM, Ras Kuuku thinks that someone like Nacee should be looked at twice if the gospel category in the VGMA is saying that until you are a through and through gospel artist, you can't be nominated there. Now, let me give you some more breakdown to understand it. The gospel categories in the VGMA says that you can only be nominated when you are seen or noted as a through and through gospel artist. And this is where Ras Kuuku is questioning the through and through nature of someone like Nacee. Because according to he thinks that Nacee has also been doing other songs, talking about some political songs, going cray and other things. And he thinks if he, as Ras Kuuku, cannot be nominated there, despite him having a nice gospel song, but Nacee can, then there is a problem. Some people agree with him. Others also think, Charlie, non-starter. You know Nacee for that. Let's listen to exactly how the conversation went earlier today. And when I come back, I pick the views of my people, whether they will first of all agree with Ras Kuuku, or VGMA or Shatta House's position of only selecting through and through gospel arts to be in such categories. Story number 1. Let's watch it. I'll be back.
Male vocalist
of the year.
Of the year. You've been talking about it for a while, but apart from that category, is there any other category that you are eyeing?
Yeah, the gospel song of the year.
But the gospel song of the year, they are saying unless you are a gospel musician.
But
Sammy is on it.
No, Nacee is not a gospel musician.
Ras Kuuku, what are you saying? Nacee is not a gospel musician.
Yeah, Nacee is a producer.
But he's also an artist.
Or a gospel artist?
Yes.
Okay, I never knew. Okay, so the reggae dancehall song of the year, the reggae dancehall artist of the year. Because I just want to know. So,
But he has a lot of gospel songs. Could you?
but he has a lot of Queen songs too.
Yes, but these are one-off songs.
But they are Queen songs.
That is a song he composed for a political party.
Okay. If you say so. When you're on VGMA and TGMA for Nekasa.
Yeah, TGMA, they're saying that there's a caveat actually that they issued.
But if you are not a reggae dancehall artist, can you win reggae dancehall song?
If you are not a reggae dancehall artist,
Yes.
you can also, you have the right to also win.
But we don't have the left to win that one.
Anyways, Roland, I know has interest in this. High level of interest in this. Ro, so you can start this. Do you agree with Ras Kuuku?
100%.
Oh, how?
Oh, yes.
That Nacee is not a gospel artist.
If there is 200 Sef, I will agree with him 200.
That Nacee is not a gospel artist.
Definitely not.
Oh, how?
Nacee is a musician. He's not a gospel artist. You see?
He's a musician who sings what kind of songs?
He sings all kind of songs. Because I know Nacee has different kind of songs, from reggae to high life to even love songs.
But he identified as a gospel artist. That's the most important thing.
But we see him generally as a musician.
But he sees himself as...
Oh, no. If you are saying that, everybody's a musician. Everybody sings.
Of course!
So you are a musician, but you are identified as something. Like Ras Kuuku is a musician who is identified as a reggae and dancehall artist.
Of course, I don't dispute
So you
that.
determine...
But you see, on the grounds where this conversation is, we are having this particular conversation, it doesn't come with who. It comes with what. That is why they enter with their works and not who. The who is behind the song comes as a secondary conversation. That is when they want to identify or award who is identifying as what. Here, I am not talking about who is identifying as what, but what the scheme is rather imposing on them. You see, some of them are identifying as this, as that, as this, as that, because even on the grounds of competition, the scheme seems to be imposing certain conversations on them. That is what Ras Kuuku is saying. So if you want to impose it forcefully on Ras Kuuku, say, you are a reggae dancehall musician, so you cannot compete in a gospel category, no matter the kind of gospel you sing, then that is where the problem is. Unless they want to tell us that this particular scheme is tilted towards a certain direction or a certain space, then we know that, okay, now this is how the conversation looks like. But if you look at a player like Nacee, you see on the scheme of Shatta House or as an award scheme, it doesn't look at it is devoid of secular and gospel. Even though they are in, the secular side of it is still not.
It's open for everybody.
It's open for everybody. But looks like the gospel side is rather closed and discriminatory. And that is where the problem is. Because if a certain artist can come and win reggae dancehall song of the year, Adina can come and win reggae dancehall song of the year, Shatta Wale can go and win high life song of the year, yet Ras Kuuku cannot go and win gospel song of the year, then it is discriminatory. Then they should rather take the gospel off and do it Christian. Then we will know that, okay, it is still, even that oneself, they will still have a right to also go and compete. Because what is the Christian element in there? It is the mention of God and Jesus. And if you find this element in any of their songs, unless what you told me earlier today about the alternative gospel songs, if they want to create that, that would be a better option. And opening it up, for me, I am not about the closure of it. Opening it up where everybody can compete. Because as far as reggae song, high life song, whichever Afrobeat song is concerned, it is open to everybody. Everybody is eligible to file for nomination. But looks like when it gets to the gospel side, then that is where the problem is. Looks like gospel there. And you see, the funny thing is, they decide who is a gospel artist. They decide who. For that one, they don't even allow you to identify by yourself. They decide for you per their own understanding and their own marking scheme that is not even public. If the marking scheme, the criteria of who a gospel artist is or a gospel song is per their own operations were to be public, then Ras Kuuku will not even come and say he wants to go and compete in a gospel song. Because if the criteria is public, he will know. Say, oh, per this my action, that my action, I know I don't qualify. But that side is not public. Yet, imaginarily, we want to use it to impose certain rules and regulations on people. So if it is in that sense, then I agree with Ras Kuuku that Nacee is not a gospel artist. Because Nacee's song, this song,
But even from hindsight, how many gospel songs does Nacee have as compared to, just as Ras Kuuku said, the Queen songs? Obviously, if you are to do that kind of comparison, you would know that, oh, the gospel songs that Nacee
outweighs the other side.
For me, even besides that, Nacee himself has identified himself as a gospel musician.
So me, I don't have a problem with the identification.
Nacee today, who are you in terms of the music category? Where do you belong? He will say, I'm a gospel musician.
I don't have a problem with the identification.
Okay.
But you see, on the scale of competition, where we want to claim the ground is fair, it's leveled for everybody to play, there shouldn't be any form of favoritism or discrimination here.
Okay.
It should be as open as any other category that is in the scheme. That is my argument. Okay. If not, then nobody will identify anybody as a gospel musician. Because Sarkodie and Emoji has a gospel song, but he cannot compete in a gospel song of the year. Ras Kuuku and Emoji has a gospel song, but he cannot compete. It is even one of the reasons why sometimes these gospel musicians are reluctant in even collaborating with secular musicians or people from the other side, as they would call them. Because at the end of the day, they are scared that if they collaborate with themselves, their entry or eligibility into that particular category will be cut short or will be limited. It is the reason why. So sometimes they will even shy away from having collaborations. That is why the likes of Joyce Blessing will be bold. And even go and check those who have had collaborations with secular artists, the strength of them entering into those categories, you will see how mostly it is always limited. You understand? So I agree with him. If it is on that score, if a certain Shatta Wale can come and win High Life Song of the Year, Adina can come and win Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year, then Ras Kuuku, if he has a good gospel song that has gone viral, that is popular, if a certain B-Strap has a good gospel song that has gone viral, that is popular, a certain Sarkodie, Shatta Wale has them on God and whatever praise that is popular, it should be eligible to compete in all these songs. Else, just like they are doing for the urban gospel whatever category, then they should create an alternative gospel song of the year category, that is the OT, for the other one, so everybody can compete. Else,
alternative gospel
song of the year category.
We can have those who are doing the
other kind of urban gospel. They can also compete. Else, I will agree with him in the external conversation that he said that they fear that if they should open it up and the others enter, the gospel musicians self may not get some.
Okay, Roland's report there. Let me go on to Chemo's report. Yes, Chemo, give me a report as well.
I'm preparing to buy teddy bears. So. I have a huge task.
I know, right?
So for me, I think there's two things that we have to address here.
Okay.
First of all, the musicians, you can't tell a musician where they belong. They have to identify themselves with whatever for you to just say, okay, now we hear you. That one there, you can do it. But the kind of song that they do, you can't limit them.
Okay.
They can do any genre. They can do any kind of songs that they want to do, regardless of where they belong or how they have identified themselves. So for me, I think the only part I agree, or here's the thing, the part that I don't agree with Ras Kuuku is the fact that he wants to label Nacee. No, Nacee belongs to the gospel. Case closed there. But the part that I agree with him that you can't just say that you are not a gospel musician, so you can't do gospel songs. That's what the implication of what the scheme is doing. That's where they are wrong. For me, I said the same thing with the urban gospel thing. You see, they added for gospel musicians. The last for their definition, they said that urban gospel for gospel musicians.
Yeah.
If you are not a gospel musician, you don't qualify. So that's where I have issue. Apart from that, I don't have issue with any other part. The songs is different from the person who is doing it.
Yeah.
The same way that we are saying that Shatta Wale can win High Life Song of the Year. So why can't Ras Kuuku also win Gospel Song of the Year?
Yeah.
If he is saying that I've done a gospel song, and for the judges or the organizers, that song has all the elements of a gospel song, why not? That's how it should be considered, or that's how they should treat it. There are certain categories that I think they should let the musicians file. You should just say that, okay, this song is a gospel song, I'm filing for
Gospel Song of the Year.
Gospel Song of the Year. Then the judges will decide if it qualified to be there or not. So at that point, you don't discriminate or you don't eliminate people because they are not gospel musicians. You can eliminate them because you think that the song is not strong enough to compete in the space. That one, it will be controversial, but it's your own, it's your decision. Because there are a lot of songs that may not qualify for even the main event.
Okay.
There are a lot of songs. Some of them will not qualify for the main event. They can't come out and cry that why is my song not competing, but only 10 people are in this category. Because you have to do nominations for each group that you want to select the best out of.
Yeah.
So if Ras Kuuku file his song as a gospel song of the year, and you think that, okay, the song is not strong enough or is not competitive enough to be even among the nominated songs this year,
Then you disqualify it.
Yes, then you disqualify it. Instead of saying that you are not a gospel musician, so you can't even compete. You can't even file. We will not even consider your song.
Yes.
That's wrong. For that one, I agree with him. But they can eliminate him by saying that your song is not good enough.
Yeah.
Then it
doesn't meet our
exactly. But if it is also good enough, then they will be exposed that they are being biased or they are doing other things. Just allow it to go. You see, last time that we were having argument at the office, I remember I asked J Smart that. So Daddy Lumba has done a full gospel song album, full gospel album. So is he telling me that if that album is good enough, he can win gospel album of the year because he's a secular musician? But you admit that the songs that he did are gospel songs.
Yeah. There are gospel songs and there are good songs.
Exactly. So why are you saying that, oh, I agree that your songs are gospel songs, but you can't compete among gospel categories?
Because
Why?
you
Because
are not a
the
gospel
personality, you are not a gospel musician. That's wrong. For me, I think they should think about it. They should do something about it. But for the fact that you want to identify somebody who is there, I disagree. But all the songs, regardless of who is doing that song, let's just consider the song based on the merits and what you are looking for, instead of identify the musician before you put them in any category. That one there, I agree with Ras Kuuku 100%. Yeah, I agree with him on that.
Well, I'm still here asking myself why, as an industry, we will still be struggling with category definitions, because we have been around for too long to be struggling with it. If at this stage, with records and examples around for us to learn from, we are getting it wrong. You go to the Grammys and the other West-based our music awards groups, our music awards, and you realize that some people who are other genres, when they release gospel songs, they are still nominated and sometimes they even go ahead to win.
Yeah. Beyonce won Best
Like it
Country
has been
Album.
there. Like it has been there.
This is so simple.
It has been there. So I don't know why we are struggling in this time to get it right. I have released a gospel song. Everybody who is listening to it knows it is a gospel, like King Paluta's Ma'asida. A typical gospel song.
But he cannot compete.
Why?
Because he is not a gospel artist.
No. No. King Peritas Asida is a typical gospel song. Imagine if Nacee had sang that song.
And that one he can compete.
We are still struggling with our category definitions, and we need to grow beyond that at this stage. It is very uncalled for, if you ask me. Well, still on the same platform, a lady called Amma Nova has also accused Fameye of taking her money in the name of a music video shoot. But according to her, Fameye was nowhere to be found. The matter has become a radio conversation, and as it stands, the lady is not happy, but Fameye is still nowhere to be found. Issues like this, what is the best way to handle it? Now that the lady has said this on radio, I know what is happening. Like, nobody should tell me. I know what is happening. Like, now matter don't spoil. Because I'm sure to the lady, Fameye and Co never said they are not coming or they won't come. It has been yeba. Now, after the lady has said on radio, matter don't spoil. What is the best ways to solve some of these issues? Is it the media or the people? Once again, someone will tell you, oh, Brasami, I say, what tata momu wanida. But will the radio also bring the solution? Let's watch this, and when we come back, we will be talking. Amma Nova, I know, represents the Central Region kind of musicians. Anytime we are there for the award schemes, she always gets nominations here and there. So this is going to be a home fight. Man who does the gospel artist, Central Music Jungo. Jungo. This is of Jungo and his people. This is your fight. Central versus Western. Watch this. I'll be right back.
And yeah, it's been a lot.
So it wasn't a free verse?
No.
Paid for?
Yeah.
Did you have a written contract with Fameye as to his obligation?
That's the sad part.
That's the sad part.
Yeah. There was no written contract, but, the conversations, WhatsApp chats, I said this transaction went on. There's receipts of how the money was paid in BBR. Yeah.
So the money part there, yes, I say the money was paid and all that. But as to his involvement after recording, music video and also promotion, were there conversations around that?
There's a voice note of him. Or say if you people are able to pay this set amount, we can shoot content together. No, say well, Beba New York, we can shoot the video, and he will even shoot content with me. Campo El New York.
And you paid that premium charge?
Yes.
Hey.
And see, like I said, I really didn't want to say much about this because quite sensitive. Emami, it trigger me kakra, because I'm human. You get what I'm saying? I'm human, and it's, I don't think it's fair on me. I'm like I said, and you no be promoting you na mami, but efe. Keke says it right now.
At least a post or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And since I got to Ghana, I've been trying to get a meeting with his team. I keep calling. Every time I call, we are busy. We are on the road. Keep trying. One day, maybe a bit tom. That's what the manager tells me. Well, keep trying. Keep in touch. One day, be a bit tom. Now we're in a meeting. Now at the end, they'll catch me say, I don't need it. I don't need a meeting.
Well, still on your screens, Showbiz Daily. Ro, this fight, how should it be fought?
There's no way we can finish fighting this fight. There's nothing.
But is it a media fight? Is it a media war?
Well, some people will tell you they've gotten results out of that approach before. So you can't debunk it entirely. I mean, calling people out, regardless of the medium, are things that some people have tried. And they've gotten solutions from it. So it will be difficult for you to tell somebody, oh, the media is not the best place to go when you have issues like this. Because another thing is that issues differ. Maybe the one that Kofi Mole had with Sarkodie is different from what Amanova had with Fameye.
Okay.
So in that sense, you can see these are two different situations, even though they are similar. They are two different situations. Ebiana Kofi Mole no into Sarkodie. So he cannot come and yabby like that. But Amanova, as she's saying, paid Fameye in dollars.
Okay.
Thousands of dollars, according to her. And so she, in her own right, would want to exercise any option available to her. That is if she wants to, including the legal option. Some people would go to that extent. Is that the what will bring you the result? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Okay.
So, and since it is a human institution, and sometimes the informal way outweighs the formal way of doing things, we are likely to experience this kind of situation day in, day out. That's why I always say, if you are the receiving end, sorry for you. Because we all know it is not a very pleasant situation.
Yeah.
I mean, for Amanova, I remember at a point, Fameye was also complaining of similar.
Yeah.
Something similar.
Yeah.
When he was coming up, oh, I'm from Fimi, and that they are not helping, and they are not supporting. And then on one case, and room to also video bisika crowd, they are covered challenge. You see,
the tables have turned.
I tell you. So, and because it is informal, when you even listen to Amanova's conversation, she was saying that, did you people sign any form of contract? No.
Said no.
No, but it was just a conversation, an informal way of agreement. Oh, give me this, I'll do this for you. Give me this, I'll do this for you. Well, it is very unfortunate. And me, I hope nobody will go through such an experience. I don't know what the problem is with Team Fameye that made them maybe not honor the promise they gave to her, though. But I would wish, say, whatever the situation is, there would be a call through to either of the teams for them to be able to talk this thing out. Because at the castle.
But what do you think causes some of these things? Because the initial stages, conversations are always clean and clear. Oh, let's do this and I'll do that. The other person does it, and when it's time for him to do his part, it turns out some way.
You know, times, situations, and conversations change at every point in time. And sometimes, if it is informal, like I'm saying, okay, at this point, maybe from the first 3 months or from now to the next 3 months ahead, the artist has a certain plan. Let's say Fameye has a certain plan. Okay, I would want to do A, B, C, D. I would want us to release the song. I would want to do collaborations at this time.
Okay.
Exceeding that time means that you are entering into my plans. And perhaps that time, I as an artist would also want to be releasing certain kind of works. And maybe that collaboration that I had with you may not fit, because after your release,
But you have taken money.
maybe after your release, you would want me to help you with promotion. And if as at that time, I also have certain kind of works out, or I had different plans during that time, definitely, if you know how artists work, it will be very difficult for them to be fully committed to whatever conversation you had with them, especially if it is informal. Especially if it is informal. And again, out of that, sometimes the conversation from Team Fameye to Team Amanova, because it is not a good conversation, maybe availability may be a problem. He is not available as at that time. Whether he's in the country or not, the fact that he's in the same country with you doesn't even mean he's available.
Yes.
Sometimes they may not be available for whatever reason, whether for their personal stuff or even for work.
Yeah.
It is there. But you see, sometimes that communication that is supposed to go from Team Fameye to Amanova for them to understand that, Charlie, this is the situation now. Chemo will tell you, Ghanaians do not like bad news.
Not at all.
So the giver of the bad news would also not give it to you.
Yeah.
You understand? Then it will be your friend on fat. Even when he picks, oh, like she was saying, oh, nyabotre beba, nyabotre beba, nyabotre beba, nyabotre beba, nyabotre. And there's no definite conversation. Unfortunately, some experiences too will tell you that, the Sammy Flex experience will tell you that, even if you want to be sometimes, as it were, reasonable and let the person know the real situation on ground too, one way, they will misinterpret it into a different conversation. And one way, you even as a team member that is even trying to save the situation, might end up,
you find yourself in trouble
in that same situation, and you may even be the center of attraction. That is why even some team members would even shy away from this conversation. So even the Kofi Mole example, I was not surprised when none of his management team came to, respond or talk about the issue.
They didn't want.
They no. Because you see, in situations like that, no matter what you say, it will still be used against you in the court of public opinion. They will still use it against you. Oh, when Sammy friend say, oh, my friend the manager and the crowd don't possibly say you. Now, me name the artist, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that I wish Amanova would move on. It is not something that I would wish on.
She's lost the money.
She's likely. As it stands there, I am seeing 70-80% of Sikanashi. It will be a miracle
For her to get the money.
for not get the money there. She will not get it. Maybe the service that she's looking for that she would get, but Sikani there monies received are non-refundable. Then we Sikani the Sikani.
Or you park the car here at your own risk. We have provided the car park. We are telling you that you park the car
at
here
your own
at
risk.
your own risk.
Of course. The Sikani name the service there. Nyami ya doma obetimi nya. So she should move on.
Well, this is not the first time some of these things are happening. This will surely not be the last time that some of these things will be happening. Where I sit, sometimes I also smell some level of dishonesty among stakeholders in this industry. Many of us are very dishonest. Many of us. We are always twisting deals. We are always not meeting our promises. Someone will tell you, oh, do this for me. When you are done, I'll honor my side of the negotiation. You finish thinking that, oh, when I call, no, my side will be done. You call and your side will not be done. And it has been from both sides, from artists to organizers, from organizers to artists.
Artist to artist.
Artists to artists as well. And I think until we stop the act of dishonesty among ourselves in this industry, hey, Sammy, but what is the real solution? Is it the radio thing or off air? Chemo can handle that.
Do you love arts? Look no further. Tetekwarshi Art Market is your ultimate destination for the finest handicrafts made in Ghana. From unique designs to authentic Ghanaian artistry, we bring you the best of local craftsmanship. Find us at Tetekwarshi Interchange, along George Bush Highway, adjacent to Evergreen Palms and the Talo office. Need more details? Call us today at 0244631771 or 0553209514. Come, explore, and take home a piece of Ghana's creative heritage. Tetekwarshi Art Market. Experience art. Celebrate culture.
Yeah, both. I mean, sometimes the radio will give you the results. If the person is not happy that you are disgracing them on radio or in public like this, they will call you and settle the issue. Sometimes it works.
Okay.
And I remember Fameye and then Ogidi Brown issue.
Yeah.
It even came to your station. I
Yeah.
think you interviewed both of them.
Yeah.
Something like that. But nothing happened. Fameye promised on radio at that time that he will honor whatever agreement that they had. But Ogidi Brown didn't hear anything. Before we knew, Ogidi Brown was Antwa. Friend Fameye. And guess what? Antwa did the Okoy.
Okoy no go TS card.
Oko Antwa, Eko TS card. Eko did to me so with TS card. And you know, sometimes.
So is Antoine the solution?
For some people, it is. So me na mayo bibi na dem call there. Only
one try the idea.
Me catch and some more mommy time cry. One year instant. No, the time no more better. Maybe atia bi na.
Atia bi.
So for me, I think sometimes the radio thing may give you the results. Just that I am hoping that Fameye and his team or somebody from his team will respond to what is happening. I mean, sometimes you may be misled if you just listen to one side and you judge. But because this thing has happened before, that's why we will not even think twice of discussing it the way that we think things are going, because it happens. It's been happening, and this lady's case will not be the first time. I mean, we have heard it before. So for me, I think Fameye and his team, if per what the lady is saying is anything to go by, I think they should do the needful. Either they will pay her money back, or they will render the services that the lady is looking for. Let's just settle it like that. I mean, sometimes you had intention of honoring whatever agreement, but something may happen and you cannot do it. You see, in our case, sometimes, like we've been saying, we don't want to give the bad news, and people don't want to receive the bad news as well. So we try to just hoping that it will go away. But you see, this time around, it didn't go away. So just do the needful. If you can't honor your part of the agreement, just apologize and give the money back. If you can do it, give another time and
money back. No
apology need a bit in here and name more money back.
No, so if you don't give the money back, then Antoine may come in, or court may come in, or sometimes even the radio station will come in. Like the way she is taking it. I mean, for me, for those who will go to radio station, I will advise them they should go to court first. Even if you don't have intention of battling it in court, just to give it a value, go to court first. Get a court or a report to serve him.
Rate of 7.
And then come on radio and talk about it that I've taken him to court. Even if you don't want to go to court. Do that. It's more effective than just coming on radio to talk like the way that sometimes.
Because you know the danger? The danger is that if you go to radio first, to the people, they feel like you want to disgrace them after their conversations with you did not go straight. And again, that is why I have been asking that. Is radio the solution? And now that he has even gone into the media space, then now Fameye is even going to be more angrier. And not even respond anything again. I know what is happening. It's not as if Fameye has said he won't come. Maybe they are planning and their timing. They are not meeting his. So it has been tomorrow. And now it is in the media space. Unfortunately, then this is where the whole issue gets messier. Because the person will feel like, so you want to go to radio to disgrace me. And now it will come back to your hand. The things I didn't want to do it, but you came to apologize to me. You came to beg me. I said I would even take this X amount of money. You said, then all these things will come to play.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you want to go to radio station like the way this lady did, I think the first thing that you have to do is to report it as a case. Let the court give you some form of order or something. Then you come and share your side of the story on radio. That it will be better than just coming on radio to talk without anything. And again, if you think that sometimes the money will not come, you will not get your service, and you may want your money back or something, then do it in a business way. Instead of just talking and doing I beg, help me, and now what's sending BB. It was an informal kind of thing. It wasn't formal. One spell it out what the person should do to earn the money that you are giving. It's like, oh, I want you to help me, so let me give you $2,000 or $5,000, and so that you do the job for me. Or not so urgent, yes or but the timing, the plans that he has to meet whatever that you are looking for, it's not working for him at this time. That's what is happening. Just that he can't communicate it the way that will make you happy. So they will rather avoid talking to you or giving you specifics. That's what is happening. So it's bad, and it will not end here. It will keep on coming back. For those who have not gotten to that point, I think we should learn from some of these things. If you want it to be more official like that, I mean, do it official. so that you have something to back whatever that you are saying or to take your money back.
Okay.
But I'm sure that if Fameye any team no assign contractor, and they will take her more serious than just talking and hoping that he will do you a favor. In this case, like if we open up and say Fameye come and talk. Obeka ono kwa na mpese mboa no.
I
Yeah, na mpese
understand
mboa no and I hope so ogumen ma say and all those things. So for me, I think yes, for those who want to boa people, no, how amono mbeka. In fact, sometimes even if you want to help them, it will also be good for you to give them some form of warning. Say, this one, you know, is not business. I want to help you. And you know, oh, but I do what I do. If I get the right time, I will do it for you.
Yeah.
But don't come later and accuse me of not doing my part of the job when it is not business. When it is not, if it is business, put it on paper. Let's sign. But if you just give me money, hoping that I will do something for you, just pray that nothing will come my way, so that I'll get it done for you. I think this one we can just learn from it and move on. I mean, Nisi Canada, I will agree say Ashe.
Unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, and we pray that there is an amicable solution out of this in the coming days. Now let's do this finally, so we can run away from here. I have been asking one question ever since I came across this particular video. And this is coming from a producer called Laxio Beats, who appeared on DJ Slim's The Street Is Watching program. And during their conversation, obviously in an interview, Laxio Beats made a statement. And in the statement, he was trying to compare how Shatta, Wale and Stonebwoy should behave, or how both of them behave. According to him, Shatta Wale deals with him beyond business as a brother, but Stonebwoy deals with him as a business only. And again, even when it comes to parting away money to him, it is always like something. Where I sit, this particular conversation, it favors me. And I'm saying it favors me in plain language because the guy spoke some good thing about Shatta Wale. But I'm here asking myself, what if another person goes to sit somewhere and says something that will be in the favor of the other guy? And this is my question. Are we expecting Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy to be the same? Because you see today, Shatta Wale there. Do you expect Stonebwoy to do the same? That another day someone say, and Stonebwoy treated me like this, but Shatta did not treat me like this, and it becomes a problem. I think we have to come to a proper understanding of how brands work. Brands having different agendas, different missions and objectives, and how we always think they should behave the same. Because listening to the guy, in all, he's saying that just as Shatta Wale behaved to him, he was expecting Stonebwoy to have behaved same. Should that be the way to go? Well, the question to the people. Let's watch what Laxio Beat said, and when I come back, we will sure be talking. Stay tuned.
Stonebwoy, Stonebwoy, Juma, they were uncompleted songs in fire. But Stonebwoy, when it comes to Ejuma, oh yeah, I'll bet it so up. Oh yeah, bro. Ejuma ni free wa.
No lie. See.
Just say Ejuma say ba. Me so many Shatta Wale ni Ejuma da. But Shatta Wale, phone, testing me sometimes. Bro, how are you doing?
What took you up?
It shocked me. Young for me and say we Ghana ha. We can't afford to lose them. Shatta Wale, oh yeah. Meaning, but favor be done so. Me SM fan.
Go SM.
Me Shatta.
But me will beam.
I mean him. That me will beam. And I like this year.
Like when a man free beam.
I say obi no ko ade bi ho. I say aye adwuma bi na o say ja me nya me kakra bi na as one me go back and forth. As nya like bi aba ade na me ko ade.
I don't know me yes.
As nya crown.
Well, so that was DJ Slim and Laxio Beats in that conversation. Chamo, maybe you can start this one.
Yeah. Laxio Beats. I mean, I think we should put it in a context that he was just sharing his personal experience of dealing with Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't look good. Or the way that he's talking about it, it makes it look like it's because he has issues with Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
nothing more, nothing less. I mean, and again, he said that he's in SM. He's an SM person. So obviously, it's either he will just talk for only SM, or some people will rather say other negative side of the other person. The same thing can happen. The person would say something good about Stonebwoy.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Exactly
say
what I'm
something
talking
bad
about.
Shatta Wale.
Yes.
I mean, so let's put it in that context. I mean, it will come up sometime. It will. I think we can't do anything about it because of their personal experience. He's not. Well, at some point he tried to generalize how they should behave. That's where I don't agree with him.
Exactly my point of contention.
Wrong. It's wrong. You can't tell the person how they should behave.
Good.
Like when you are working with Shatta Wale, at some point he will call you and ask you how are you. Stonebwoy will not call you. And then or no a business no need social contract.
Your main challenge should be okay. Yeah, but you have a big case.
Or no need social contract. Be I say or on free on chair and I say Musa say on what to say. I mean, it is not done anywhere. I have a personal experience anyway. Abbas introduced me to one guy that I have to do some job for.
Okay.
So my job was to handle his YouTube channel and how we can project his channel to the next level that he is looking for.
Okay.
Okay. So my focus was just working on the channel and doing things that I think it is best for the channel.
Okay.
But he complained to Abbas that I don't call him. When they are doing devotion and other stuff, I don't involve myself.
When they are doing devotion?
Yes.
As in prayers?
Hey. Say, sorry, some Nacee men can be. Omo ya men can be. Me there no answer Jumana na me. So that person can go sit somewhere and say ebia obe danin kakra say penny pa or bibisa. But I remember Abbas told me that he told the guy that his focus is to give you the result that you are looking for. Whether he will pray with you or not, it's a secondary thing. And then he said, me, for instance, I'm a Muslim working with you as a Christian. Why don't you tell me to join your prayers? Because you think I'm a Muslim, so maybe you don't have issue with me. But the other guy, no, on can't say we're a Muslim, on can't say we're a Christian. But you want to pick issue with him. So some people, based on their personal beliefs, will have some of this opinion. So for this guy, I think that's what he is trying to do here. His personal opinion is that when I'm working with you or when I have any form of relationship with you, sometimes call me and ask how I'm doing, or let's make it more friendly, more family than even business. But Stonebwoy may not do that with you. Yeah, it's him. So instead of even saying anything about Stonebwoy, just talk about your experience with Shatta Wale. I think that will serve a better purpose than trying to say negative at the other side. This thing, we can call people and they will also say something about Shatta Wale and then something good about Stonebwoy.
Exactly why I'm interested in this story.
Yeah. But I don't see it changing because of personal belief and how people see things. They will label you just based on how they believe, how they see things, and how they want to experience you. Sometimes they will come with that positive mindset. But if their expectation is not met, they will go with a negative story. It happens to people all the time. So for me, I think we should just take it as his personal experience, but not the general characterization of Stonebwoy.
Okay.
Yes, that it will be wrong for anybody to say that that's how Stonebwoy. Maybe for you, between you and him, this is how he wants to deal with you. But others, it will be different.
Yeah.
So we should just take it as such because it can happen to anybody. No matter. Sometimes you offend people without even knowing. And this is a typical example of it. Maybe Stonebwoy is not even conscious of the thing that he's accusing him of. Say, I'm friend, Musa, say, I want to say, or Befro be a business. And until I do him, as I say, on friend. At the time I any business, and no one can be. Shatta may do that because or no a can or the engineer or somebody may even say Shatta crotata me or friend.
Yes.
And for me, I think we should just take it as the fact that he has a personal experience with Stonebwoy, and this is how he is describing it, and we should just end it there. We can't use that to say that that's how Stonebwoy behaves. No, that it would be wrong for anybody to say that. Yeah.
All right, point well noted. Roland will close the show for us.
Because of belief and personal experiences, sometimes I wish people will minimize some of these conversations. Even if you would want to talk about it, maybe praise whoever you want to praise. Because you see, sometimes when you push this conversation too much, then it comes across as if, say, you were desperate for friendship. And that is one of the most dangerous things to do in life.
Okay.
To be desperate for somebody's friendship.
Our attention.
It is one of the most dangerous things, because
you kill yourself.
Because you see, you talking about the fact that maybe the person doesn't call you like another person does, or you want that you were expecting him to behave in a certain manner. You have no idea the kind of experience that the person has also had in behaving in that manner before meeting you. You have no idea.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, don't be so entitled and expecting the person to behave the way you would wish them could behave. You will not even get it. Because unfortunately, before the person even met you, the person probably might have met people that was just like you. He behaved the same way towards them, and it did not end well for him. How about that? In that aspect, you should be able to respect the person's current state of mind and the person's current belief. Maybe you are looking at the fact that, okay, you are working with him, so you think there should be some form of lovey-dovey, bromance, be friendship, be.
But he does not see it as such.
But he does not see it as such.
That's where I can go.
And you should respect that. Did he do something bad to you personally? If the answer is no, then I don't see the need for him to be all clingy and all bromancing on you. Hello, how are you? Charlie. If you want to do it, fine. I've said it on this platform that sometimes the fact that I am your friend doesn't mean you are my friend. I may be your friend, but you may not be my friend.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a way of choosing their
and
friends.
Again, when it comes to work, it is not everybody you work with that becomes
No. It is not. You see, everybody has a way of picking who they call friend. Maybe to you can throw the word friendship around. Anybody you meet can be your friend. But to some people, it will take some level of something for them to point you and say, this person is my friend. That is why when you ask many musicians in the space, they will tell you, I have colleagues. I don't have friends.
I don't have friends, yeah.
Because to them, they know what some friendship, like the kind of experience they've had in their life, if not for in the industry, like personal experience and their personal beliefs. So they would want to be very cautious to who they call friend or who they. And you see, sometimes people also are not able to read between the lines or read the circumstance and differentiate for themselves. Okay. You see, somebody may call you, check up on you, have some kind of conversation with you. Maybe in the person's mind, you are not his friend, though.
Yeah.
But the person just wants to maintain some form of good environment, good relationship between you guys.
Let's catch a vibe.
Exactly. But the person, on the other hand, that is receiving these gestures might translate it and say, oh, this person sees me as a very good friend. And in that aspect, would want to reciprocate it. So if a Drew baby na nipa no twene ho a, then there becomes a problem. Or there come a problem, say, oh, say nipa me nya nhwe onye me see. But perhaps you need to understand, say, na nipa no, na wonya na downfall. Na wonya na downfall. The person just wanted to, ebiana, there was a situation, there was some form of mutual benefit me. There was a common goal at a particular time. That is why the person was behaving that way. Sometimes we get carried away. We get carried away, say, some gestures, then we mistake it for proper friendship.
We misinterpret it.
Exactly. It maybe Stonebwoy wouldn't want to give you that vibe. Oh, I call you, check up on you. A child friend is about me, Freja.
And which our people are likely to do. See, mistake my opportunity.
Mr. Shemo, me ko compliment you. Me say, oh, why if it? This is Jim. Let me see, yeah. Man,
Mama baby,
so it's like that. It's understandable. For me, I don't think if this is the situation, unless maybe like he after the conversation he said that he's had certain experiences there, that is what has made him switch to the other side. If that is the case, fine. But if say we on film bisasa want to say or whatever, Charlie, nipa one there, madam for being a kind, maybe you're feeling so calm.
Well, we are just hoping for one thing. One thing being the fact that we don't want people to assume or to look out for these brands doing things exactly as the other would do. I'm sure that is one of the main issues. And the additional information that my people here have shared is the fact that the expectations from this, from that, should sometimes be limited to business. If it is business and it goes south, then you have every other reason to complain, like Amanova and Fameye. Now it is business gone wrong, and each of them has any reason to go and complain. But if it is about friendship, come and eat in my house, come and drink with me, let's go women chasing, and I said I won't go. Because I work with you, you tell me that, oh, and that guy in the crab and then you should come to be family. You come, my pay. And today, it doesn't make sense. So let's try to solve some of these things. And sometimes, when people go sit on radio and TV platforms or other platforms for interviews, I think they don't go with any agenda. Like someone calls you for an interview. You should have the areas that you want to have interest in. As much as the people will be asking you their own questions, you should also have your main interest. People go to sit on platform and they forget themselves that where I'm seated, if I'm not careful, what I say can be used against me. I'm sure with what he has said, let's open it up. Someone can also come and say, you too the same way. I come to your studio to record. Even if I try to hit you up, say, you know, they check my message. You always blue tick me. Somebody can also come. Meanwhile, when I came to you, I paid you. I thought, like you know me. But when I want to check on yourself, let them mind. Nowhere cool. But we are new here. Ghana for epic. I don't know be a topic. My name is Sammy Flex. I did this with Roland Abate from Shaxi, Shatta Movement Empire, Roland Report, which is on YouTube, and showbizchannelj.com. And in Team Dodo Solomon is also called Chemo. Chemo is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And of course, he's also with Intidosu Digital Solutions as their boss. Tomorrow, we'll be sharing some information about our Flex movie production. I have promised the people I'll be telling them. And earlier, Long John has said a lot in one of the videos published earlier, where Long John was telling the people that now, if you want movies and you have to come and support Long John, get a new Yeah, so tomorrow on Showbiz Daily, we'll be telling you what's something that we've started afresh. It is the Flex movie production, and it is coming to your cinemas near you soon. Watch out, part 1 and 2.
Big ups to
special regards to Teddy Sankuma. Don't mind him. And to the producers of the show, Theophilus Digosh, Bujulens, as well as Sam Tuga, for putting this together. We'll meet you when we meet again. We are out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it, check it, check it, check it. Put sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.